This is the EchoBoom RGO grenade, a completely 3D printable, reusable airsoft sound grenade based off of the Soviet RGO. Stay tuned. As mentioned, this is a sound grenade. Right up into this field. But instead of using CO2 cartridges or gas, it uses commonly available and cheap 8-shot cap gun rings or 6mm blanks. But before I go into too much detail, let me tell you something about the history of the RGO grenade. The RGN and RGO grenades were developed during the Soviet-Afghan War. The mountainous terrains made standard time-fused grenades ineffective, as they would roll downhill or give the enemies too much time to react. The solution was a revolutionary UDZS, dual-action fuse, designed primarily for impact detonation after a short safety delay. This ensured the grenade exploded exactly when it landed. It also had a backup time delay for reliability. The RGN is lighter with an aluminum body, while the RGO is heavier with a segmented steel body for greater fragmentation. Although older models faced quality control issues with plastic fuses, their clever impact design made them favored by special forces units, and both grenades remain in service and production today. Looking at the externals of the grenade, you will notice that it's relatively small. Here is it compared to the EchoBoom RGD5 or an M4 magazine. As you can tell, the grenade is on the smaller side. Let's take a look at some features about this grenade and what sets it aside from the standard EchoBoom. When you unscrew the body, the first thing that you're going to notice is that the striker is in place. On the EchoBoom, you could just remove the striker and the spring. This way, it keeps everything in one place and you can't lose anything. Staying at the striker, it has a quick change friction fit cap holder, which allows you to reload the grenade a lot quicker. When you take off the spring-loaded spoon and you look down here, you will see a Phillips head screw. That screw allows you to adjust the sensitivity of the grenade. Tighten the screw and it's more sensitive, loosen the screw and it is less sensitive. Depending on what screw you use, you can make these adjustments with the end of the pin. To load the grenade, what you have to do is take off the cap holder, then press the striker in and turn it. And while keeping your hand here, you are going to take the spoon and put it on just like this. First you push it forward, then you hook it over, and then you push it down. Now you apply pressure right here, and then you can take your pin and insert it. Once you have that, you take your quick change cap holder, put it on the end, and screw the body on. And now the grenade is ready to use. And once you want to throw the grenade, all you do is pull the pin, let the spring-loaded spoon fly off, and then drop it. And as you can see, the grenade went off because the striker is in the bottom position. So today seems like a perfect day to test the grenade. I'm out here on the range. It's raining, it's cold, it's ugly weather, and the ground is pretty soft. So the grenade's loaded up and I'm gonna give it a throw. Okay, got the grenade all loaded up again. And just to demonstrate how sensitive it is, I'm gonna drop it from shoulder height onto the wet grass, and let's see if it goes off. And that's pretty impressive. And for the last throw, I'm just gonna throw it straight up into this field. Because this grenade is Echo Boom compatible, things like this and this are possible. You can change the fuse between all the Echo Boom compatible bodies. But what you might have noticed is that there's a huge difference between the length. And that's right. This body is 12 millimeters deeper than the RGO body. And all standard Echo Boom bodies are this deep. So this is a new body. This is the Echo Boom Short, which has a 12 millimeter shorter striker. All that means is that if you want to use this fuse on this body, you have to use the Echo Boom Short striker. And if you want to use this fuse on this body, you have to use the standard striker. All you have to remember is all of the standard bodies need a standard striker, and all bodies that are going to be marked with short need a special short striker. Unfortunately, the 6mm blank conversion for the Echo Boom is only compatible with standard bodies. That's why I made this body, which is a RGO body. It is a bit longer and more unrealistic, but it is compatible with 6mm blanks. Now, let's take a look at the assembly of this grenade. Over here are all the 3D printed parts, and these are the external parts. For all the up-to-date settings, check Cults 3D. When it comes to the external parts, there is a 3mm pin with a keychain ring on it, which has to be at least 3 centimeters long, at least. Then a cut down VSR10 spring, cut down to a bit under 35mm. A regular spring with a 7mm outer diameter. Then you're gonna need 3 M2 by 8 screws, or M2 by 10, it doesn't really matter that much, and 1 M3 by 8 screw. The first thing you're gonna do is take the fuse body and with hot glue or any other glue, glue the 7mm spring right in that hole. Now I've already done that, but it's a very easy process. The next thing is you are going to take the VSR10 spring with the flat side upwards and put it in there. Next, you're going to take the striker, and now you can decide if you want the short striker or the Echo Boom compatible striker. You're going to take it and also put it in here. And now you see there are 4 holes, and on the striker stopper there are 3 holes for the 3 M2 screws. The reason it is in this shape is so you can just put it on like this. So what you're gonna do is put the striker in here, put the clip over there, and then screw it in place with the M2 screws. Just remember, the one you are screwing these 3 screws in place, make sure you get screws that you can screw in with a very slim screwdriver like this, or an Allen key, because using a big screwdriver even if it fits in the screw, you won't be able to get in because of the striker. You need something very thin, like an Allen key or one of these small screwdrivers. The next step is going to be taking your M3x8 screw and screwing it in that hole, but don't screw it in all the way. You can screw it to the point where it's all the way in up until about 2 millimeters. That is the screw to adjust the sensitivity. The way it works is you can just try to load it. Now it's way too sensitive, it won't even lock in place, so we'll have to loosen it a bit. And here you just have to play around until you have it perfect. This seems like to be a pretty good setting for now. And now you're pretty much done. All you have to do is take the spoon, hook it in place, put in the pin and the quick detach friction fit cap holder, and screw it in the body. And that's it. It's a very quick and easy assembly.